Oh, could you turn down that TV, y'all? Foxy partied a little too hard last night.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Drawn Together went too far. For this list, we'll be looking at moments when this irreverent animated series really pushed the limits, at least the moments we can get away with talking about on YouTube. Which of these outrageous images is burned forever into your mind? Share them in the comments. Number 10. Clara's Dirty Secret. After a jealous Toot convinces Clara that she's pregnant from a kiss, Foxy decides to give her housemates a class on sex education.
So you see, Clara, you can't get pregnant from a kiss. But, oh no!
Rather than being relieved, the horrified Clara bursts into tears. And that's when we find out Clara's dirty secret.
Your Giggy is a beautiful place. Really? Is this beautiful?
In her private area, there lives a horrible monster that soon terrorizes the inhabitants of the house. To reverse the curse that led to this situation, Clara's housemates organize a search for her true love, the one whose kiss will transform her back. Or not?
Don't you see? This is love's true form. We're meant for each other, and only each other.
Number 9. Parental Instinct. Captain Hero discovers that the giant who's been terrorizing the city is the result of a sperm donation he made during his college years.
Need bling? Donate yo sperm.
The identity of the giant's mother is even more shocking. Hero decides to raise the child and get him a job.
To make my boy a productive member of society, I introduced him to the only career a giant inbred moron like him could handle: heating and air conditioning repair.
After his son runs away, however, the superhero becomes depressed by his poor parenting and compares himself with Spanky Ham, who, as we see images later, isn't quite qualified to be a father.
It's a boy! It's a boy! Sausage, $2.99 a pound. Who needs your sausage?
Number 8. Captain Hero's Superpowers. Captain Hero is the perverted and not-so-bright parody of traditional superheroes. Throughout the episodes, we see how his character embodies the stereotypes of a frat boy.
Don't you remember? We went to Zebulon for spring break.
Dude, I was so wasted the whole time.
That's why we're not surprised when, from time to time, the show subtly suggests that his powers may have an origin, let's say, not very legal.
Maybe he ran out of his superpower potion, if you know what I mean.
We see this especially in the episode Unrestrainable Trainable, when, before going to rescue the city, he first needs to go for his magic pixie dust.
Up, and away! Oh, wait, I need my magic pixie dust. I'm Captain Hero and I can't feel my face!
Number 7. Mystery Solving. Foxy loves solving mysteries, but when the police discover that she doesn't have a mystery-solving license, they refuse to arrest the criminals she busts.
Well, Foxy, you cracked yet another case. So, I'll just need a copy of your mystery-solving license so I can take this guy downtown.
Mystery solving!
You don't have a mystery-solving license?
Reluctantly, she decides to go to college to obtain a license. In a melancholy mood, she laments that everyone except her has such a license.
It seemed like everybody had their mystery solving license. Everybody but the Foxy.
That's when we see a few characters unmasking monsters in an iconic Scooby-Doo style. But their revelations are, well, not quite along the same lines.
This is no genius werewolf. It's just some nearsighted Armenian woman.
This is no mummy. This is just a tragic burn victim.
Number 6. Kidnapped. At the beginning of the second season, a new member joins the house, Strawberry Sweetcake. Based on the dark history between her people and the Sockbats, Foxy begins to suspect that there is something strange about her.
Girls, Foxy Love is getting a bad feeling about Miss Sweetcake.
Oh, Foxy, you are such a pessimist. You always see the bottle as 20 ounces empty.
But when Foxy finally discovers her true intentions, she is knocked out and locked in the closet. There, in her attempts to free herself, a series of incidents lead to a highly suggestive and compromising image, so to speak. When Captain Hero finds her, he decides to collect as evidence her photo, a box of tissues, and a bottle of Vaseline?
Foxy, who has done this to you? I'd better take a picture of the crime scene. Here's a clue. And another clue. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the Hero Cave.
We don't really want to know what he could do with those clues, do we? Number 5. Snoopy. After a robbery in the drawn-together house, a frightened Captain Hero decides to purchase a weapon in order to feel safer.
Captain Hero shall get himself a gun!
What's the point in even trying to talk to you? You shouldn't buy a gun.
However, he soon starts feeling a little too empowered by the gun, using it in more and more unnecessary ways. After a bloody hunt, Bambi shows up with his mother's body. He convinces the rampaging hero not only to stop hunting with assault rifles and armor-piercing bullets, but also to eliminate all the ones that exist in the world.
And so, I gathered up all the world's assault rifles, and I knew just the place to throw them.
In a seemingly peaceful scene, we see the two characters thanking each other for their roles in making the world a better place. However, the scene does not end as one would expect.
I was able to convince Mr. Hero to rid the world of all assault rifles and armor-piercing bullets. That's right, loyal servants. Our plan is working.
And now, the war begins!
Number 4. Chocolate Milk. When Wooldoor falls ill and Clara takes care of him, her housemates are pleasantly surprised. And that's how we get to this scene, in which Foxy expresses her admiration for Clara.
Damn, Clara, you've been taking care of Wooldoor all day. You such a sweetheart.
Suddenly, Spanky Ham and Toot appear from under the sheets and in interesting outfits to join in the congratulations.
Who knew you were such a decent person?
Seriously, you're like the best roommate ever. Gosh, my roommates always hated me, and now they think I'm some kind of saint.
It's not until Foxy claims that this makes up for all the chocolate lactation jokes that we find out that Under Those Sheets is also a parody of the Nesquik rabbit mascot.
No chocolate milk? Then what the hell have I been sucking on?
Number 3. Captain Hero's Secrets. In an episode where we learn a lot about Captain Hero's past, we also find out how he makes sure his secrets aren't revealed. We first see it when Xander promises not to tell anyone about his sorrows, and in response, the questionable hero surprises him with a chloroform handkerchief.
Oh, don't worry, girlfriend. I won't tell anyone.
Oh, I know you won't, Xander. I know you won't.
Once he knocks him unconscious, he resorts to an extremely disturbing method to erase his memory.
And now to erase your memory of this entire conversation.
As if this weren't enough, later in the episode, he uses the same method to silence his own parents.
Sure, we won't tell anybody.
Oh, I know you won't. I know you won't.
Number 2. Foxy's Beers. After Foxy meets up with her former bandmates for a wild party, she wakes up feeling the ravages of the night before, something that many of us have experienced.
Oh, could you turn down that TV, y'all? Foxy partied a little too hard last night.
She expresses her surprise at having been able to hold that much beer, which you would assume means the number of beers she was able to drink.
I can't believe I can hold that much beer.
However, we quickly discover that she was referring to something else entirely, a much more literal, but also much more unexpected way of holding beer. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Back Rub Buddy. In this episode, Captain Hero shares his duplicitous means of seducing women. The back rub buddy method.
Find a chick who's just been dumped and comfort her by massaging her shoulders.
Later in the episode, we see Captain Hero hurting over unusually flexible girl and wooldoor sockback getting engaged.
You two make a beautiful couple. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a previous engagement.
Xander decides to comfort him with a shoulder massage, and as we already learned at the beginning of the episode, this type of comfort has certain implications for Captain Hero. The following image of a train entering a tunnel is more than a little suggestive.
Oh, that feels great, Xander. I'm so relaxed.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.